The streets breathe before he does. Tingen isn't a city you simply walk through. It pulls you in, stains you with its soot, forces its rhythm into your bones. It's alive in a way that makes you feel watched, judged, swallowed whole. And it's here, in this clamor of vendors screaming vegetables, fruits, and hot food, where a young man named Zhou Mingri takes his first steps into a destiny that was never meant to be his. He presses his hat low, fingers brushing the cold steel of a revolver he barely trusts. Every step is tension, fear disguised as composure. The smoke, the fish, the laughter, the hunger, all of it crashes over him as if daring him to admit the truth. He doesn't belong here. But he walks anyway. Because survival rarely waits for certainty. An accordion wails somewhere behind him, a vagrant pouring heart into a tune no one will remember. Children in ragged clothes dance, defiantly joyful, in a world that hasn't given them permission to be. And for a brief, painful moment, Joe wonders if this is what it means to live, struggling, grasping, laughing through the cracks. Inside Smarin Bakery, the air changes. Warmth replaces the bitterness of the streets, bread replaces the scent of smoke, and the old woman behind the counter offers him a smile soft enough to hurt. You've already graduated. You will soon be able to earn money. The words strike him harder than she knows, because the man she speaks to, the one who once dreamed of steady wages and quiet days, is gone. All that's left is a stranger carrying his name, wearing his bones, pretending not to be afraid. Joe answers with a faint smile, whispering calculations about salary and stability, knowing full well those dreams are ash. Still, he buys the rye bread, 8 pounds, cheaper now. The repeal of the Grain Act is the reason, she tells him. People took to the streets and forced change, a city trembling on the edge of progress. And yet, beneath that optimism, something feels wrong. There is movement beneath the surface, like gears turning, slow and merciless. Outside, life swells again. The lettuce and meat market hums with noise. And then, color. A cluster of clowns dancing at the edge of the square, tossing leaflets that flutter like dying birds. There's a circus performance tomorrow night? Joe murmurs. A moment of warmth stirs in him, small but genuine. A reminder that even lost souls crave moments of wonder. But wonder is never free. Would you like to try a divination? The voice is soft, strange, almost predatory in its gentleness. He turns and sees her. A pointed hat, a long black dress, colors painted across her face in streaks of red and yellow. Her eyes are deep, reflective, unsettling. My tarot divination is very accurate. One word detonates inside him. Tarot, a concept from Earth, from the world he lost. Yet here it stands, twisted by history, sculpted by the hand of Roselle Gustave, the emperor whose genius reshaped the age of steam. Could Roselle have been like him? A soul torn from one world and thrown into another? Curiosity devours caution. He steps into the tent. Inside, the air is thick with wax and dust. The woman's movements are ritualistic, almost hypnotic. He shuffles the deck, cuts it, watches her lay the cards as if building a doorway into his past. The present, she murmurs. A card turns, a bindle, a puppy, a man on a cliff's edge. The fool. He doesn't laugh. He doesn't speak. The irony coils around his throat, mocking intimate undeniable. And then the world breaks. The tent flap bursts open. A second woman storms inside, voice sharp as a blade. Why are you impersonating me again? You're just an animal trainer. The illusion shatters, absurd and anticlimactic. The real fortune teller steps forward with practiced grace, offering to interpret his cards. Is it free? He asks. No. Then forget it. He leaves with the taste of foolishness on his tongue. But the day isn't done with him. Night falls, and desperation settles in its place. Calling luck a superstition doesn't stop a man from reaching for it when the world feels stacked against him. He draws the square. He whispers the invocation. Blessings stem from the immortal Lord of heaven and earth. The air stills. Then whispers, scratching at his skull, colors tearing through reality, pain so sharp it feels like dying, and when he opens his eyes, he is somewhere else. The gray fog stretches endlessly around him, an ocean of silence dotted with crimson stars, each one pulsing with life, secrets, and unseen watchers. He reaches out, reality shivers, and far across the world, others answer the call. In Backlund, Audrey Hall's mirror blazes red. In the storm-torn sea, Alger Wilson's bottle glows scarlet. Light devours their senses, and moments later they stand with him, 3 strangers bound in a place none can explain. "Sir, where is this?" Audrey whispers. "What are you planning on doing?" Alger demands. Joe's heart races, but his voice emerges steady, cold, calculated. An attempt, he says, a lie, a shield, a trap, but they believe him. When Audrey timidly asks to leave if she makes a formal request, something clicks inside him. These figures aren't fully here. They're echoes, projections, windows into distant lives. They cannot judge him, cannot threaten him. He is the center. He chooses the role, authority. Of course, he says, if you make a formal request, you can return this very moment. But she doesn't leave. Her fear melts into curiosity, into longing. Sir, what can I do to become a beyonder? Joe's breath catches. A question he cannot answer, not truthfully. But fate never waits for honesty. And as if guided by the fog itself, Alger steps in, voice heavy with the burden of hidden knowledge. He explains the essence of potions, the idea of portraying a path, of being more than a name, becoming the core, the truth of the role you take. Sailor, spectator. Audrey's eyes shine with awe. I think I have fallen in love with this feeling of being a spectator. A transaction forms between them. Ghost shark blood for the spectator formula. But they need a witness, someone powerful enough to bind an oath born in secrecy. Both turn to him. Sir, please be the witness of our trade. And then, sir, how should we address you? This is the moment the trap truly closes. Joe feels the weight of the fog pressing in, guiding him, urging him to play the part he stumbled into. He taps the bronze table that materializes beneath his hand because the fog wants it to. The palace forms around them because he wills it. Pillars, a dome, thrones, a stage built for a god, and he sits at the head. Everything shifts, and with a calm he barely possesses, he speaks the name that shaped his fate before he ever understood it. You can address me as the Fool.